Okay, I'm gonna try to speed through this story because it is a fucking long one. So, I often see girls on here, on other apps, saying how much they want a man that's obsessed with them, right? And I totally understand, but this one man is the reason why I do not do obsessed men any longer. So, story goes, I met him at the club one night, already a red flag. I wasn't that attracted to him, but he had a really strong Bajan accent, and I'm a sucker for a good accent, so I got roped in. He asks for my number, I give it to him, and he says, putting it in my work phone right now, but I'll text you from my personal. Okay, cool. Doesn't matter to me. He is very persistent for, I want to say about 3 weeks to take me out on a date. I wasn't really feeling it. I had a bad gut feeling. I didn't really want to go. I kept ducking it until he said, Liv, I would cut off both of my arms and swim through shark-infested waters to go on one date with you. So we go out for drinks. And this man looked way younger than he was. It was very actually shocking. Like, he looked so young that he got carded when we were going into the bar that we were getting drinks at. And the drinking age in Canada is 19, right? I find out on this date that this man is 31 years of age. So in my mind, I was like, okay, we can be civil, but I'm not going to pursue him romantically anymore, right? Not only because of his age, but also because he was 31. I was 19 at the time. He was 31 and he had like 4 roommates, I think. He didn't drive. He didn't have that great of a job and he had no ambition to get a better job. So I was like, yeah, we're just not, this isn't going to be compatible anyways. Not only because of the 12-year age gap, but yeah. So anyways, day goes fine. Nothing's crazy about it. He ends up walking me home, but I live in an apartment building. We don't go up to my apartment. We just sit outside. He smokes and we're talking, whatever. I end up going to bed. I go straight to sleep. I wake up the next morning to a text from him that says, Liv, I want to see you make a meal, in brackets, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I know what a fucking meal is. Shut up. And some sexy panties. And so now I'm like, yeah, okay, I can't even fucking be civil with this guy. Cool, great. So I end up going to work. And I'm trying to think about, what do I say to this guy? What do I fucking respond to this? And he texts me again.
We all know how much women enjoy selling men dreams. Actually, men do this often as well. They're not off the boat here just yet. But we're going to discuss how much women enjoy it more. Tell me how much you hear women preaching about wanting a nice man in their life. Like a knight in the shining armor, you know, Prince Charming, good guy, nice boy, you know, who's going to open the door for her, who's going to take care of her, give her that princess treatment she needs, take care of her essentials, her nails, you know, pay for her hair extensions and all, whatever, you know, who's going to surprise her with gifts, fly her all over the place, you know, make her feel safe and warm and treasure her. How many times do you guys hear this from women's mouths? And now what happens 99% of the time when this particular woman gets this? Is that a happy ever after? Do they get married, have a lot of kids? Hell no. They usually end up cheating, boy. They end up with a man who's polar opposite of this. That's who they end up going for, right? They tell you they want these type of men. And a lot of men now are at a point where they're so tired of even dating, bro. They have no time for it. They have no time for women's games and psychological mind games and all that, you know, manipulation. They don't have no time for that, because a lot of women tell men that they want these type of men, you know, they're tired of these assholes, they're tired of getting their heart broken, but when they get this type of man, they usually end up running to that asshole, you know, the polar opposite of that. So men have had enough. Men don't want to date anymore. Men are comfortable being by themselves, right? Yeah, we're gonna explore a little bit deeper, so make sure to click the like button, subscribe, and let's go.
Okay, you know when a guy stops talking to you and you just know you were the problem? One time this guy was showing me like photos of his family, and we get to this one photo and there's this like really suave guy like in the back of the photo. He had white hair, he was wearing a white button down, and I look at him and I'm like, oh my god, is that your grandpa? And he was like, no, Kim, that's my mom. And I wanted to die. His mother looked like a man, hand on heart, and he never spoke to me again.
The thing is, I don't think he never spoke to you again because you called his mom a guy or a grandpa, whatever. I don't think that's the reason. I think there's more to this story and you haven't spelled it out. You know, on his end, he probably thought you weren't considerate, you know, you didn't care. Maybe you were too focused on yourself. You weren't showing him attention or anything, or maybe you weren't interested in his world. You know what I'm saying, right? He probably got annoyed with your little rebuttals, right? Your little attempts of trying to be funny all the time as he's telling you something serious, or as he's trying to open up to you, and you're just trying to be a clown. Yeah, he probably got tired of that. That's what I think it is. That's why he probably stopped talking to you. Because I mean, if it was an honest mistake, right, where you got it wrong, right, you probably thought that was his grandpa. Meanwhile, it's actually his mom. I could understand that, right? But I don't think it's enough for him to stop talking to you because of that. He probably thought you were dumb. You know what I mean? He probably thought you were just too much trying to be like a clown, trying to be funny, right? Trying to be like a stand-up comedian, right? He wasn't appreciating that. And that may be the reason why he stopped talking to you. Just he wasn't vibing with you no more.
I went girl sober for 3 months recently. I actually only broke the streak because a very sweet woman asked me out on a date. And although I'm not currently seeing her, I had a really good time. So I don't regret breaking the streak then. But over the course of this 3 months, I committed to 1, no going out with or to meet women, which pretty much just meant I didn't go out at all, unless my friend had like a special event and then I showed up. Number 2, no talking to or texting women romantically. And number 3, no scrolling women's social media pages, which I kept to for the most part, besides one time I saw my ex had a new boyfriend and I looked at her page. But he looks like a really nice guy actually, and probably makes more money than me, so I'm not going to say anything about that. But back to the topic, over the course of these 3 months, was I more productive? Yes. Was I more focused on my business? Yes. Was I less emotionally confused? Absolutely. Will I do it again? Probably not. But I have good reason for that. Here's my reasoning. Me, just a boy. Women, pretty. Thank you for coming to my TED.
Alright, this dude went girl sober. This is why I always preach, man. I always tell men they should actually practice this. And look how more productive you'll be. Look how productive he was. He was able to get shit done, focus on his stuff, you know, get a lot of things done, right? Because nowadays women are like drugs. A lot of you guys are addicted, bro. You guys are like crackheads out there, bro. You can't sleep. You can't go a day without talking to a girl, trying to get laid, trying to chat up some whatever girl comes your way. Just as long as you look like a girl, or you know, you go with it, right? So a lot of you guys are suffering from this. You guys are addicted, man. Like way worse than these crackheads, you know. So like that's why you have to take a break, man. Go sober. He went for 3 months. He couldn't even last though, like, you know, at least he attempted it still, but I would have preached for him to go a little bit longer, man. Right? It's not until you go like 6 months to like even a year, bro, of like, you know, sleeping with women and, you know, trying to get laid and all, you will see the effect of it. And I'm not talking about like, yo, don't shut up women but still be on your phone, you know, on Pornhub searching stuff. Nah, boy. Even that shit. Get rid of all that. Get rid of NoFap. Get rid of anything that can distract you. All this type of distraction on your Instagram, on your whatever social media. I'll follow all these girls that are distraction, who are wearing revealing clothing and all that. Like, you know, stop all that and see how productive you'll be, man. You'll get a lot of shit done, bro. You know, a lot of you guys, the reason why you're not at where you want to be, right? You know, you're not more productive, is because your mind is focused on women 24/7. You know what I'm saying, right? It's like you need your crack fix. You know what I'm saying? That's how much addicted you are. So it's a really big issues, right? A lot of men go through this. So I think like once you go detox and focus on yourself, bro, right? Do your own thing. Try to, you know, get better and self-improve. Man, you'll notice a huge difference in your life, man. You know, you'll elevate. You'll even get you will even get to places where you thought you couldn't possibly get by yourself. Like, you know, that's how much you had zero confidence in yourself for. You know what I'm saying? But it's not until you limit these distractions or you get rid of them, watch how much advance you get, right?
This is a genuine question. How long do you think, right, while you're talking to someone, should you then make them your girlfriend or your boyfriend? Okay, let me say girlfriend because I know you girls aren't going to ask us to be your boyfriends, you know? Listen, I think a month is reasonable. Do you really need 2 months to know if you want to be with someone? Like, do you really need 2 months? 3 is insane. 4, 5, 6. Guys, I know someone that has been talking to someone for 3 years. If someone's talking to you for 3 years and they haven't asked you to be, right, then there's an issue. 1 month is fine. If you don't know within a month, come on, a month? Brother, that's 4 weeks. That's like 30 days. Most of the time you're talking every single day. You're telling me you don't know 30 days of talking every day. You don't know if you want to be with that person? Multiple dates? Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. If I talk to you more than a month, just know I don't want to be with you. Just know that. Because more than a month is crazy.
Yeah, I would agree. I would say 2 weeks to a month. That should tell you exactly whether you want to be dating this person or not. But sometimes, guys, you got to realize, man, there is an initial talking stage, right? I'm talking about like it's not until the official 3 months when you actually get to know a person's true colors, right? Because you can meet a girl, you can think she's the one, you're in love, you know, you want to date her, she's everything for you. But bro, she's just hiding her real personality, right? She's presenting herself in a good light. Everybody does this. It's like the honeymoon period, right? The first 3 months, we know this, boy. Everything is peaches and roses, bro. Everything is perfect. It's not until like, you know, 3 months to 6 months the true colors start coming, bro. The bad red flags start showing themselves, right? So I think, man, if you really want to date the person, give it about 2 weeks to a month, you know, to start dating them. But I think between 3 to 6 months, this is when you decide whether you want to take them serious or not, right? So like that first couple months, you're still trying to figure them out. But yeah, you can date them, but you're still not fully in. You know what I mean? You have like your one foot in, 1 foot out the door still, ready to eject at any time. But within 3 to 6 months, you should know whether this is a long-term thing or it's not going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? That's when you should know. So a lot of men out there, if you're spending more than a year, 2 years, 3 years, and you guys are still talking, boy, you're deep in the friend zone, right? And if you're spending more than 3 months as well talking and it's not going anywhere and that's it, boy, that's it. You're in the deep friend zone as well, right? So yeah, man, I think within a month, whether you want to date them or keep them as a friend, you should know that. But 3 to 6 months, you should know for sure if you want to take them serious, if you want them to, if you want to, you know, if you see a future with this person. That's when you'll know, because that's when the true colors will reveal themselves, right? Because those first 3 months, bro, these girls are great actors, bro. Great actresses, actually. Way good, man. You know, they'll fake it. They will show you everything. You'll make them so presentable, you know. They will show you everything you want in a woman. You know, there's only so long you can fake it for, right? So 3 to 6 months is when the true colors start showing up.
This has everything to do with you.
Wait, what's going on with you and me?
Nothing, but you make comments like, oh, she's a bro, but you know, sometimes. Had nothing to do with your subscriber.
You make little flirty things to me too.
But I never say things like I'm like implying that we hook up or have hooked up.
I'm not saying we've hooked up. I'm saying we had a vibe. We had a vibe.
We had a vibe for a day.
Or two.
See?
What?
Were there any
That-
nights?
that-
Were there any nights in there?
She did come over once.
Oh,
See?
For a date,
You just
you-
blatantly lie.
That's not true. You came over to my house for a date. You were my date to my Friendsgiving.
Friendsgiving. Brad was there.
I was there. I was there.
Yeah, what? What is it? I'm not lying at all. I brought this girl to the gym today. Why were you so upset that I brought this girl? to
No,
work
I
out with?
wasn't upset, but I think if you're gonna replace me, at least make it worth it.
Whoa!
fuck,
she
we
goes-
are not fucked.
she goes-
Oh my god! What do you have against her? You seem a little threatened.
What the?
What's going on?
No, I'm not.
She was a
threatened.
sweet girl. You guys met. You guys were making some mean. They were making mean comments to each other.
Were they really?
She was like, what was it, James? Like, you go find go. You have a lot of gym partners.
She was like, oh, you have more than one gym partner?
She said that to you?
Yeah, I was like, she
Dude.
called me a gym slut, basically.
Bro, they just met. It was crazy.
Yo, she's enjoying this. Come on, let's not even deny that. She's enjoying this, bro. Every minute of it. You know what I mean? Every minute of it. She's enjoying it. Simply put. Right? I get what he's doing too, right? He's doing the little, you know, read between the lines kind of thing, right? He's leaving the statement open-ended, you know, so for people to like, you know, make their own conclusions. But yeah, I get what she means, but at the end of the day, man, I think she has a little bit of a crush on him, a little bit of a fling, like, you know what I'm saying? I can see this charged particles, you know, this charged energy around them. So I think, man, they have a thing going on, definitely, right? She better not act like she doesn't like it, because we know she likes it, bro. Like, come on. It's no-brainer, simply put. It's a no-brainer. She ain't even mad about it, bro. She just like, you know, like, look at her energy as she's addressing this, right? So it's not even one of those icks where she's actually really pissed off about it. Because if she was pissed off about it, she'd call him out on his shit. She'd be like, yo, you better stop doing that. She'd be putting him on his place. But meanwhile, she's all giggling and all. Man, she likes this, bro.
Something that you like, but you can't say out loud.
Girls that low-key, very, very low-key look like guys. I know Pat feels me on this one. If, like...
What? I don't feel you on this one, but go ahead.
Yo, hear me out. Trust me. You see her walking in school. She's short haircut, you know? And you wonder, damn, is that a boy or a girl? If it's...
That's so crazy. First thought. Go ahead.
I don't mean like a girl's short haircut. I'm thinking like low-key a mullet.
Can I at least comment on the dude who likes women that look like men?
Yes, go ahead. Yeah, sure.
All right, like no Diddy, I get it. Like, is he attracted to like strength or something, like a brute type of thing? Like, what is that?
He just said that he likes when women have short haircuts and look like a guy.
How short are we talking?
He said like a mullet length.
Yeah, he's gay. Speaking as a former bisexual, he is gay.
You used to be bisexual?
It's complicated, bro. It's not like a retirement. It's like a Clark Kent Superman type of thing. It's just whenever convenient.
Hey, appreciate you as our bisexual correspondent.
Yeah. Any gay questions? I'm here.
I think we through, bro.
I'm Diddy's lawyer, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah, man. If you like girls that look like dudes, bro, chances are you like dudes. Chances are, man, you are confused about your preference of who you like, who you're into, who you're attracted to. And I would suggest for you to actually sit down and ponder this. Think deeply. Right, you gotta analyze this, because I think chances are, bro, you might be playing for the other side. You know what I'm saying? You might be attracted to men, right? It's all good, do you, boy? But don't be sitting here pretending like you like girls, but you want them to be more masculine, to be like dudes, because that just goes on to show like you're into dudes. So I mean, I think you're living in denial here, and it's best for you to just address it, right? Address it and live your truth, right? Stop pretending. Even the dude that came on here, he kind of put you on your spot, he put you on your place, he told you are gay. Nothing wrong with that, right? You can be whatever you want. It's 2024, but just don't lie to yourself, man. Own up to it. Own up to what you like.
How to date if you ugly. Guys, nothing to tell you your sexual market value. Quite like dating apps. You hear a lot of guys nowadays talking about how you need to up your picture game and post professional photos and all this shit. Man, hear me out. You could just be ugly as fuck. You remember that prisoner, Jeremy Meeks? He went famous for his mugshot. You know what his background was? It was a wall. No wallpaper, no sunlight, just a motherfucking wall. Guys, if you gotta take pictures of you in front of the Eiffel Tower or leaning up against a Lamborghini or kissing sharks or some adventurous shit like that in order to get bitches, just know you might be ugly, bruh. But own that shit. And I need you to come off as more boyfriend material than a player. I'm not telling you to be a simp. I'm telling you to act like one. You need to put on your profile that you're looking for long-term commitment and maybe even marriage. If you are a 4 and you want to date an 8, you need to add 4 simp points in order to even the scales. Game is game.
Yo, what kind of logic is this? I get what he's saying. There's some truth to it. Some guys out there, bro, I mean, they do too much, bro. They do too much for women. Like, I'm talking about, like, maybe taking pictures in front of Lamborghinis and Eiffel Towers over here, dressed in a suit on a hot-ass summer day, bro. It's snowing outside. They're wearing a little tank top to showcase the muscles. They're doing this. You know what I'm saying? They're doing too much for women. But, hey, that's what it takes nowadays, right? That's what it takes. Right? If that provides results, why not, right? But all I gotta say, there's a difference between a man that has to put effort and present himself in an attractive way, as opposed to a dude that's automatically just attractive as he is. You know what I'm saying? The Jeremy Meeks guy, who's a prisoner, yeah, man, he's just good looking. He had a good facial structure, good jawline. So, man, these type of dudes, they can take a picture anywhere, bro. Even at the garbage dumpster, bro, they're still gonna pull these bitches. You know what I'm saying, right? They're still gonna do well with women, just how they look, bro. There's people just like that, so they don't have to put any ounce of effort. They can just wake up out of bed, bro, and just go outside, and they already got 10 women wanting to be with them. You know what I'm saying? Wanting to marry and have these kids. But then you have another dude out here, bro. He has to do a lot of stuff, bro. He wakes up, he has to do a skincare routine, hair routine, bro. He has to eat specific fruits so he doesn't break out, bro. He has to do his little, jumping jacks and crunches early in the morning, and he has to go iron his clothes and put that clothes on, and he has to polish his black ass shoes, and then he has to walk in a certain type of way, hold his chest out, and then he has to have a little bit of, you know what I'm saying? He has to do all these steps. just to get a little bit of attention as well, right? To each their own. But I'm saying here, like, man, if you know you're ugly, that's the more you gotta try. You know what I'm saying? If you know you're ugly and you are just like not putting effort because you're like, you own up to it, you're like, I'm just ugly, that's it. Boy, oh boy, you ain't getting shit, right? It's better if an ugly guy put in like 100% effort and makes himself as presentable as he can and takes care of himself and tries to present himself in the most attractive manner, then as opposed to just showing up as he is. Because if he shows up as he is, bro, it's like he's still gonna leave with nothing, bro. At least if he puts in the effort, he still increases his chances, right? So do not compare yourself to the attractive dudes. The attractive dude does not have to put effort. He can just walk and he can even wear, homeless people clothing, but yo, she's still gonna dig him. So if you're ugly, you can't do that because you're already ugly, bro. And then if you are coming dressed like a bum and you're ugly, bro, guess what? The scale is going down, right? So the thing about attractive people is like, yo, they wake up, they're already like an 8. They come up looking ugly and all that. The lower they'll go is probably like a 7.5. Not that much. You know what I'm saying? She still finds him attractive. But you, let's say you come here, you're already like a 4 out of 10, boy, and you're not putting effort. And you're on top of that, you're coming in dressed like a homeless person. Guess where you're going, man? You're at like a 0 right now, bro. You're at a 0. That's even way worse. So you know what I'm saying? It's better to put on effort, right? Put in effort in your pictures, how you dress, how you present yourself, everything. It's gonna take a lot of time. It's gonna take a lot of energy. It's gonna be a pain in the ass, but that's what it takes, man. Right? And this dude's logic here, do not follow to the T, man, because like he's telling you to be a simp and all that. That's even way worse. That's even way worse. I'm telling you, man. Automatically, like, yo, it's bad as it is. You're ugly, but I mean, I guess you're putting effort. Sure, now you're handsome, I guess. But to come off as a simp, imagine you're ugly and you're a simp. That's even, oh god, that's it, man. You're not dating in your whole lifetime. If you are following his advice to the T, you're not getting nothing. You're gonna be single for life. But if that's what you're going for, right? You're done with women. You're tired of dating. You decide you're gonna be celibate for life. Go for it. Go for it. Do it. You know what I mean? Right? No problem with that. But if you want action, you want something, you wanna, get a girlfriend, you wanna whatever. Get dates, you better change up, man. Change up and become attractive. Know what works for you as well, right? So figure out if you're fat, maybe you gotta go to the gym, lose a weight, learn to wear clothes that that fit your actual stature. You know what I mean? Just dressing things that are opposite to your body type. Learn how to communicate properly, bro. Learn how to act like a man overall, right? That will work in your favor. So do not compare yourself to like Jeremy Meeks or all these models who are just who have God-given, talent already, who have God-given gifts already, attractive as it is off the bat. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know who Jeremy Meeks is, bro, he already has like the jawline, the blue eyes. You know what I mean? He has a good head shape. Oh, it's already a done deal, bro. And on top of it, to make it worse, he was a prisoner, bro. Dude was like arrested and his mugshot went online and it went viral. Imagine that, bro. You're already attractive, you're already good looking, bro, and on top of that, you already got this bad boy image because now you're like a criminal, bro. All these women are just taking the hell out of him because of that too. But imagine it was the polar opposite. You got an ugly ass looking guy, bro, who looked like homeless, bro, and on top of that, he a criminal and his mugshot's online. That's it. His chances of getting a wife or getting an interest from the opposite sex, they've diminished, bro. They're 0 to none, non-existent.
I was talking to this guy and he was like, I travel for work and I found out he's a DoorDash driver. No, dude, no.
Yeah, okay, I get it, man. I mean, DoorDash is not the most pleasing job there is, bro. But I mean, at the end of the day, as long as he's able to pay the bills, man, he has a house, he's able to take care of himself, why not? It's a job like any other. Even though, you may not look upon it in a positive light, it's still a job, right? So, I mean, I think at the end, man, these women gotta stop looking at what kind of job men are doing, bro. Stop looking at what kind of job men are doing and start actually congratulating them and praising them for actually having a job. Because a lot of people could be bums out there in their mama's basement, bro. They ain't even getting out of their asses, bro. They ain't even working. You know what I'm saying? They're just living off their old ass parents' paychecks, bro. Or like retirement savings, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's dudes like that, bro. They're like 30s, 40s, bro. They don't even have their own place. They don't even have a driver license, bro. They can't even afford a bus pass, bro. There's dudes who are literally bums. So if this guy's a DoorDash driver, first of all, to be a DoorDash driver, most countries, I know you need a car, right? I don't know, maybe in your country you need like a little moped or a motorcycle, whatever, cool, but like, yo, you need a car. So I mean, to be a DoorDash driver means if you can afford a car, boy, you're already driving, you're already in the right step, you already got your shit together, you know. Chances are, if you have your own place as well, even better, right? So I mean, I wouldn't look it down as a DoorDash driver. Plus these guys, man, if they put in the hours, they can make a lot of good money. So I mean, I don't know why she's trying to bash, like, why are you looking down on him like that? I mean, it's not an ideal job, and of course, you know, you're gonna work harder versus smarter, but still a job, ain't it?
And that same weekend, my friend told me, hey, do you want to come with me back home in Mokopane? Because now I thought, ah, man, my partner's out here. Let me just go home with my friend and just see her place, you know? So we get there, and there's this wedding happening that her parents are going to, and they're just like, oh, you guys should probably come with, you know? And I was like, yeah, sure. So the whole wedding, he's there, and I can see him, and he sees me, but he's acting really awkward, and we're not speaking or anything else, because I was just like, oh, okay, maybe his family doesn't know about me, and they're probably here, whatever. When the bride threw the bouquet, the girl that caught it, he proposed to her right there and then.
Yo, that's wild. This is the craziest way to find out your partner is like cheating on you, boy. Like going to a wedding and finding him proposing to whatever bridesmaid or whatever. That's the worst way. Oh my goodness, boy. That's creative, bro. And the fact that he probably saw you and he decided to propose right there to this girl. That's, oh my gosh, man. He's just throwing salt right into the wound right there. You know, chances are he probably already knew he wasn't going to be with you for long term, you know, like he probably didn't see any future with you. And he probably had a thing with this girl beforehand too, right? So maybe you were the side thing, you just didn't realize it. Yeah, maybe this was the main thing, right? So, I mean...
Kylie, my friend sent me your story, and it's interesting to say the least. I thought that after we broke up, you'd be spending more time prioritizing yourself and the work like we talked about. But instead I see you with your single friends at a bar. Meanwhile, all I've done today is journal, go to the gym, and sit at home playing Jackpot World. It hurts because we used to play that game together. I was thinking about how I'd always bet you in Wicked Fortune, and you get upset when you lost. But I've always been a man of my word, so you know I gave you some money regardless. It sucks how things just switched up overnight. Like I said before, I can't change what happened. It just sucks to see you change so fast. Posting selfies, out at bars. The only thing I can say is I'm disappointed. Let me know when you get this. Bye.
Yeah. After he cheated on me.
I mean, yo, to be honest, bro, I don't think this man's in a position to be speaking like this. You're the one that did her wrong. So, I mean, if she's in a bar or if she's out there being like a hooker, you know, dressed in little to nothing, you have no say. You lost that, right? If you did everything right and she's the one that screwed up and you're leaving her this voicemail, it makes sense. But you're in no position to leave this voicemail, boy. You are the one that fumbled this. So, I mean, why are you even trying to be still in her life? Let her do whatever she wants. She's single for all she knows right now. She doesn't want to be with your ass. You cheated on her, right? So, at the end of the day, man, I don't know why you think you have a place to say this. Because, like, yo, you're the one that made the mistake. So, you can't really control her. And this is the thing, guys. This is the thing. This is why I always gotta say, man, a lot of guys, man, they're really dumb, right? Dumb in the sense that, like, do you think she's gonna respect you the moment that, you know, you already threw her respect down the drain? Like, you already cheated on her, right? You got caught. And now you are still trying to be a man, still trying to lead, still trying to have an influence over her life. Do you think she's gonna follow your lead? Like, if you are telling her to act like this, act proper, act and do this, and yet you're doing the opposite, why should she follow your advice or anything you tell her? You are not even a great role model, matter of fact. You know, you have to be the role model for her to follow you, right? So you have no say whatsoever. So a lot of dudes be doing stuff like this, bro. They be doing the most, bro. They be getting caught with all their side holes and all, and yet in the end, they're still the ones trying to, like, you know, control the girl, still trying to tell her what to do with her life, how to dress, where to be, who they should hang around with. It's like, you lost that, right? You lost that say, you lost that control.
Okay, I'm gonna try to speed through this story because it is a fucking long one. So I often see girls on here, on other apps, say how much they want a man that's obsessed with them, right? And I totally understand, but this one man is the reason why I do not do obsessed men any longer. So, story goes, I met him at the club one night, already a red flag. I wasn't that attracted to him, but he had a really strong Bajan accent, and I'm a sucker for a good accent, so I got roped in. He asks for my number, I give it to him, and he says, putting it in my work phone right now, but I'll text you from my personal. Okay, cool. Doesn't matter to me. He is very persistent for, I want to say about 3 weeks to take me out on a date. I wasn't really feeling it. I had a bad gut feeling. I didn't really want to go. I kept ducking it until he said, Liv, I would cut off both of my arms and swim through shark-infested waters to go on one date with you. Okay. All right. Let's go. So we go out for drinks. And this man looked way younger than he was. It was very actually shocking. Like, he looked so young that he got carded when we were going into the bar that we were getting drinks at. And the drinking age in Canada is 19, right? I find out on this date that this man is 31 years of age. So in my mind, I was like, okay, we can be civil, but I'm not going to pursue him romantically anymore, right? Not only because of his age, but also because he was 31. I was 19 at the time. He was 31 and he had like 4 roommates, I think. He didn't drive. He didn't have that great of a job and he had no ambition to get a better job. So I was like, yeah, we're just not, this isn't going to be compatible anyways. Not only because of the 12-year age gap, but yeah. So anyways, day goes fine. Nothing's crazy about it. He ends up walking me home, but I live in an apartment building. We don't go up to my apartment. We just sit outside. He smokes and we're talking, whatever. I end up going to bed. I go straight to sleep. I wake up the next morning to a text from him that says, Liv, I want to see you make a meal, in brackets, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I know what a fucking meal is. Shut up. And some sexy panties. And so now I'm like, yeah, okay, I can't even fucking be civil with this guy. Cool, great. So I end up going to work and I'm trying to think about what do I say to this guy? What do I fucking respond to this? And he texts me again asking me on another date. And you know when it's like you let the first text sit too long that you can't respond to the second one immediately? So I was like, let me just wrap up this shift and I'll text him back after my shift. I'll figure out what to say. That didn't come because he texted me again before the end of my shift. I don't even remember what the text said, but I just remember thinking, yeah, this is too fucking intense. This is scary. So I just didn't respond. Over the course of 2 fucking weeks, 2 weeks, he sends me 15 texts, none of which I answered. I did not answer one of those goddamn texts. And these texts range from, I'm sorry if I offended you, to asking me out on another date, to getting angry at me because I wasn't responding. One of the texts said, oh, well, you were the one that brought up your body first on the date. The way I brought up my body on the date was because we were talking about clothing. And I said, yeah, you know, it's really hard to find jeans. Like, I find jeans that, like, fit my ass and thighs just fine. But, like, my waist is a whole different story, right? It wasn't really explicitly talking about my body, but still, there's no need for him to be a fucking weirdo talking about making a meal in panties, right? Anyways, course of 2 weeks, 15 unanswered texts. I go to the club with my girls at the end of that 2 weeks. Same club him and I met at. I see him in this club. He sees me. We kind of just, yeah, you know, like we acknowledge each other, but I thought he got the hint that I didn't want to speak to him because he didn't approach me to speak to me. Okay, cool. And then the night comes, it's about 3 a.m. I live like a 2-minute walk from the club. My girls have to Uber home. So they catch their Uber. I'm walking on my way home. I hear my fucking name being called. So I turn around. Of course, it's him. Liv, 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 Liv. I ignore him. I speed up. He runs across the street to catch up to me. And now he's walking behind me. Liv, Liv, Liv. Olivia, Olivia. Ooh. Ooh. Anyone that knows me knows you don't fucking call me Olivia. It is reserved for a select few people in my life. You do not fucking call me Olivia if you do not have that permission. Okay? That's what pissed me off. I turn around, I go, what? And he goes, get that fucking chip off your shoulder. I just wanted to say hi to you. Okay? Hi. I don't know why you have such a fucking attitude. Stop being such a fucking bitch. And I'm like, I think you need to go home right now. And he's like, no, I'm not fucking going home. You don't get to tell me what the fuck I have to do and don't have to do. And he's yelling at me in the middle of the street. And the streets are empty because it's 3 a.m. So I say, I have dog spray on me and I will use it on you. I am feeling very unsafe right now. And he says, and I have a fucking knife. Now what? I literally I couldn't say anything. I was just like, and I think he realized that he did all the way the fuck too much, because he turned his ass around and went home. Mind you, the club is here, my house is here, his house is here. He has no reason to be walking past my house at that hour. 0 reason. Anyways, I get inside, I lock the fuck out of my door, and I go right to sleep. I wake up in the morning to another text from him that says, Liv, you looked so good last night. A1, I'd love to take you out to dinner so we can chat. I texted him back and I said, do not contact me again or I will call the police. And then I blocked the number, right? Now, coincidentally, somehow, he was just outside my apartment multiple times in the coming weeks. He was just at the end of the block chilling. He was even behind me in line at the food court for fucking Bourbon Street Grill. It was terrifying. It was so scary. I was seeing this man on every goddamn street corner. And he wouldn't come up to talk to me. He wouldn't try to talk to me. He would just be there. A couple weeks later, I'm going out to the club with my girl. We're walking there. We see a bunch of cop cars outside. Turns out the club got shot up right before we went in. If we were 10 minutes earlier, we would have got shot up too. So I get a text from a random number saying, hey, Liv, I hope you're okay. I don't know if you heard, but the club got shot up. Be safe, be careful. Like, I hope you're all right. I hope you weren't there. But I scroll up to the top of this conversation. Remember how I told you he put my number in his work phone and then texted me from his personal? Yeah. He texted me from his fucking work phone. But what am I supposed to do? Call the cops and be like, hi, this guy sent me a text after I told him to not text me. Oh, what did the text say? It said, I hope you're safe and I hope you were careful and I hope you're okay. What the fuck am I meant to do? I just ignored the text, to be honest, and I blocked the number again. But yeah, that was the last I saw of him. He was a fucking weirdo. That was the last I saw of him, though. Apparently he went into my work, but he went in after I had already quit. So they didn't do anything, but, you know, the work staff were aware of him. And they were like, yeah, he came in. So, anyways, that's why I don't do obsessed men.
Boy, oh boy. You see, some of these women out here, bro, it's like they do this to themselves, right? They can't read the red flags right off the bat. Right off the bat, you knew you didn't want to be with this man. I mean, you didn't take measures, you know, such as blocking his number, you know, trying to stay away from him, right? You didn't do things to protect you, right? But yet, at the end, you still go to the same bar where he's gonna be. It's like you gave so much information on the first day. Your full name, for one. You told him your name was Olivia. He already knows where you live. It's like, for all we know, he could be a serial killer. For all we know. Right, but yet you open up this much, right, on the first day, and then later on you realize, oh, you don't want to be with him. You're like, oh, he's a little bit weird. Never mind, I changed my mind about him. But yet you're still trying to continue on with your life, and you're still doing the same things, going to the same places where he is, and you still see him, and he's still showing you these red flags. It's like, at what point is it too much for you? At what point is it enough? At what point are you gonna take measures to stop this from progressing? Because for all we know, there's a lot of lunatics out there, bro. You know, you are at the point there where you're arguing and, you know, you're telling him you have a whatever bear spray, whatever the spray you have, and he's telling you he has a knife. Hey. Like, if that ain't even a red flag, you tell me, man. Like, you could have even went to the cops and say you felt threatened. He told you he had a knife, blah, blah, blah. Like, literally, just putting that report there, you know, to not make you look crazy. But no, you didn't, right? You decide, and at the end you're even justifying your reasoning, right? At the end, when he's like messaging you from the work phone number about your safety and all, you're still saying, oh, what can I tell the cops, you know, blah blah blah. Of course, even if you go decide to tell the cops after this, it's like you look stupid, because That's why you needed to say it right at the beginning when you know when he was threatening you with a knife. I don't even know if he was, but I mean, come on, we know women nowadays. But if that was the case, you know, he tells you, oh, I could have a knife too. Like, even if you call the cops and you go, you know, you file a report here based on that, and later on, right, let's say, I don't know, he does something else, right, he keeps texting you, calling you, you don't want him, whatever, you could go and file a restraining order, right, and there you go, right? Because there's a lot of times, bro, you hear cases like this where women get murdered by a crazy dude, you know, and it's like, well, if you look back at the timeline, it's like, yo, yeah, she went on a date with him, she was getting stalked, she's getting these voicemail, she's getting these text messages, but she's doing nothing about it, and later on you just hear one day, oh, boom, right, so and so is dead from next door, and you're like, oh, what happened? Oh, and then you find out in her life she had this going on the whole time, and she never took any measures to prevent this from going further. She just, so part of me thinks she's enjoying this type of, you know, this type of attention she's getting from this dude. Like, this is hella dangerous, man, you know. This is what I mean, like, women, bro, they don't use their brains most of the times. But I want to also say, this is only her point of view, right? That dude's POV could be a little bit different. Maybe she was replying to his text messages, maybe she's telling us she's annoyed by while she's replying, because women do that, right? She can tell you like, oh, he was really bothering me, blah, 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 but then she will reply to his text. Like, let's say he says hi, and she will reply hello, and he'll ask, how are you doing? She'll say, I'm great, but then she will tell everybody, he was annoying the hell out of me, he was such a creep, he was a weirdo. Then it's like, why are you replying, you know? So maybe she was still participating in this little game, you know, cat and mouse game they're playing, right? So you never know, maybe he got the wrong impression as well, right? So I mean, I don't know, bro. I've got to see both sides to understand this further. But all I gotta say is, like, if her POV is true and accurate, she should have taken counteractive measures right on the first day she noticed his place popping up, right? You don't want to do it when it's too late, because even if you do it later, it's like what you said, police will be like, yo, what? So you want to report him because he was checking if you're good? Like, you know what I mean? It's not gonna make sense, right? So that's why you gotta do it little by little, right? Bit by bit. Start off at the beginning while he's, you know, texting you and you want him to leave you alone, but he won't stop. Go to the point where, you know, he's threatening you with a knife. Go to the other point where this and that, he's like, you know, creepily following you at 3 a.m. whatever. Go to another, you know what I'm saying? So if your local whatever police station, you know, they go to review this, let's say later on you want to take this further, they go to review this, they have those little incidents noted down. Now you don't look delusional and stupid, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man, women are crazy, bro, but like, it is what it is, bro. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to click the like button, subscribe, let me know, comment down below what you thought. Until next time, easy.